yeah, let's get back the Browns in, and then what they could possibly do to get back on track next year, but also what you saw from this game.
The thing about the Browns, I know this is Walt's team. They need a receiver, man. Jarvis Landry, he was great in Miami, but he's a number 2 receiver at best. Let's just be honest.
I mean, they had Beckham, and clearly they couldn't do something with him that the Rams were able to do.
I think the thing is with him and Baker, they just couldn't get on the same page. They were both, Odell was here, Baker was here. Baker tried to get there, but it's like, bro, no. Just play quarterback. Just play quarterback. You got all these weapons. You got Njoku. You got Hooper. You had Odell and Jarvis. You got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. There's no reason why you shouldn't at least be 8-8. Or now 9-8, 8-9. And then the thing I couldn't figure out last night, you went away from Nick Chubb. You got Dearness Johnson in the game. What are you doing?
I was just about to say, whenever y'all can let me go, I got a little. And honestly, look.
Go ahead.
He's got insider information.
No, it's not even insider information, man. It's just from me watching all the games this year, man. It's just I have been blaming Baker this whole year. But like I said, the only reason I've been blaming Baker is because of the fact of he got injured. I want to say that was like week 3 or 4. And that's when he tore his shoulder, which I feel like he should have went out then, to get his surgery instead of doing it now, because I just felt like this whole season he's been hurting us instead of actually helping us. Because I respect him for trying to be tough, but at the same time, bro, you've been hurting us all year ever since you got hurt. But like I said, it hasn't just been on Baker though, because all those names that you just said, Austin Hooper, Njoku, Jarvis. You didn't even put Donovan Peoples-Jones in there. All of our receivers are supposed to be, I won't even say top-tier receivers, but they're supposed to be able to catch the ball. They haven't been able to catch the damn ball this year at all. When Baker puts it there, they haven't been able to catch the ball, bro, and that's been a problem, especially on crucial downs on the 3rd and 4th down. So that's also been a problem as well. And like you also said, we stopped feeding Chubb.
Yep.
3 weeks. That's for you. Yesterday, Chubb only had 58 yards for 12 attempts. The week before, Chubb had Chubb had 17 attempts and only 59 yards. And in the game against the Packers, he had 1 touchdown and I think he had like 94 yards. But why do we keep going away from Chubb when the games are close? I just don't get that. And I feel like that's not on Baker. That's on the coaching staff, head coach, offensive coordinators.
But it does seem like it's almost like when Nick Chubb is not in the game, they're passing.
That's right.
So
I understand that. And that was another thing I didn't get of why Nick Chubb was out I think it was that 2 drives or 2 or 3 drives. And then that's when they had Dearness Johnson in trying to run the ball while Chubb's sitting there chilling with an orange coat on his back. And he's not hurt. So I feel like I can't blame that. I can't put that on Baker. I got to put that on the coaching staff as well. So I feel like this season was definitely a big disappointment. It's not all on Baker as much as I've been putting it on Baker. It's definitely on Stefanski and it's on the coaching staff as well, man, because it should be no way that Chubb is only averaging 59 yards or less in a game, man, at all.
I'm looking at the Packers game. He had 17 carries for 126 yards.
Okay, my bad. I thought it was 94
No,
yards.
but I'm just saying, 17 carries for 126 yards. Dude's averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Like, if you're averaging 7.5 yards a carry, you should be getting 25, 30 carries.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Because the quarterback threw 4 interceptions that game. It wasn't like the quarterback was balling out.
I was just about to say, I'm glad you brought that up because they even had a chance at the end of the game. Now,
and then
everybody do say that was a PI call.
What was
they
the
lost by
final score of that
about
game?
two. They
two.
lost by two,
Okay.
and they had a chance at the end of the game, but
He threw a
I think
pick.
we were on the Packers. I want to say we were on the Packers 45, and we threw the ball 3 straight times. And John just said Nick Chubb had 126 yards,
Well,
and we
wait,
did not run the ball at all. But we
wait.
were at the Packers 45.
I'm not even talking about Nick Chubb. D'Ernest Johnson had 4 carries for 58 yards, 14 and a half yards a carry. Anthony Schwartz, 2 carries, 24 yards, 12 yards a carry. Baker Mayfield, 2 carries, 11 yards, 5.5 yards a carry. Literally, this team had over 200-something yards on like 21, 22 carries. That's almost 10 yards a carry. And you throw it 36 times
36
in a 2-point game?
in a 2-point game. At the 45, bro. And you threw
I'm
the
not
ball
even
3
saying give
straight
it to Chubb.
times.
I'm saying give it to somebody. Y'all can run. If Kareem Hunt could come in there on a bad leg and still play and get like 4.5 yards a carry. That team can run the ball. That's one of the reasons people were okay with OBJ and Landry and Njoku not getting their targets last year. Is because listen, we can run on anybody anytime. But now, if you're not going to run, then you got to hit your targets. And not hitting the targets, so you got to go back to running. And that's the thing is, the receivers realize he can't hit his targets, and so they want it out. Maybe it's because he's hurt. That's debatable. But the team can run, and they're not running. That's on the coach.
And you know another thing, man? You got to do something because that defense they have, that defense is legit.
Good.
You got Clowney, Garrett. That's your 2 DNs.
I don't even think Clowney gonna be here next year. I'll be honest with you.
Hold on, not done yet. Hold on. Then you got Greedy Williams, Ohio State own Denzel Ward. Then you got Delpit from LSU. They say he was still in the draft. Then you got, I want to say, a nickel corner and a safety that you stole from the Rams last year.
John Johnson and
So it's like
Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah, no, right.
John Johnson the third.
Johnson is one. I don't know who the other guy is, but long story short, you have honestly you're in a win now situation. Because I mean, just as talented as the Rams.
Because the Bengals are getting better. The Ravens will probably be better when Lamar gets back.
I think the thing about the Ravens, you got to stop running Lamar so much, bro.
Well, we agree with that. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You got to figure it out. If you got to have a 3 running back system to where he's not taking that punishment, because I've watched some games this year, he taking hits and he don't. He's not one of them quarterbacks with all the rib cage and all that on him. You gotta figure something out.
Joe Burrow got
him into the ground.
Joe Burrow got rocked once last year, and he on a run, and he said, "I'm never getting hit again." He stopped sliding every time. Some guys just never learn.
They don't have a problem giving it to me.
And by the way, last night when we saw Baker at the end of the game try to muscle his way for another yard when he.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Why are you trying to run over a corner?
Listen, it is what it is. At the end of the season, you should, whatever. I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying. But every play, you can't be doing that every play though. You're trying to show your team
that play.
I know, but I'm just saying he's trying to show his team listen, I'm all in, whatever, all that. But I'm just saying but even then, bro. Even then he got stood up. Even then he got stood up. The defender stood over him
That's what I'm saying. Why are you unnecessarily taking it?
Only Ryan Tannehill can take down 300-pound linemen.
So my thing is, I've been asked this question today: is do I think Baker is going to be here next year with them picking up his extension? I think so, even though I feel like they should try to shoot for Watson or possibly Russell Wilson. But knowing the Browns, I'm pretty sure they're going to stick with Baker. And I don't know. I feel like they're going to stick with him, even though some say that might be his last game. But I feel like we still going to see Baker next year in the Browns.
I feel like they'll give him 1 year. It'll be like, look, bro, if you can't get it done this year, we're going to have to holler at you because we wasting talent. Njoku,
Yeah.
not getting no younger. Hooper, not getting no younger. Hunt, Chubb, Garrett, Greedy Williams, Desmond Ward, Denzel Ward, my bad. They're
They
not
were
getting no
able to.
younger.
They were locking up their receivers 1-on-1 last night.
That's what I'm
They were.
saying. You have the
Which makes
defense.
no sense why they couldn't stop the run, but still, like those guys were locking up Claypool 1-on-1. Like they didn't even need help. So I don't know why they were having a hard time stopping the run. But yeah, it was amazing watching their corners.
Just because you got a good secondary don't mean you can stop the run.
I agree, but they have a
good lineman ain't doing the job.
But I'm just saying, like if you can lock up and do 1-on-1, then that extra help should be somewhere stopping the run.
It should be, but Malik Jackson.
But
he ain't what he was in Jacksonville.
I do believe that the Browns under the management, like I do believe that management there now is a little more serious than they were in the past. I do believe they're in a want to win mode. However, I do also think, right, like if you truly believe your guy was hurt and you saw what he could do last year, then maybe they believe he can do it again. I don't know. But I do think that if it's possible for them to go get Deshaun Watson, I do think that they go for him. I really do. I do. I think that this is not, this isn't the Texans or I don't know, whatever, the Jets or whatever, like the organizations that, just have a track record of just not the Lions, especially not caring really. I do think that right now their team cares a little more than they did a couple years ago. So we'll see if they believe in Baker or not. Like I said, if they really think. But I think it comes down to the locker room. I think if there's a consensus around the locker room that they want him there and the guys want to play with Baker, I think they'll keep him. If there's a consensus in the locker that's like, man, I don't know, this guy is even on his good days.
When they let Odell go, there were some people in the locker room that weren't happy about Odell leaving. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so I do think I do think the Browns care about winning, but yeah, I mean Joe Burrow's not going away. I think that might be his division for a little bit if they're not careful.
Did y'all see his dance though?
They dangerous.
Joe Burrow. You didn't see that? Oh my!
Him and Jamar Chase, man, they're gonna be fun to watch for years. I
feel like they're gonna make a meme out of that, man. I feel like that's my favorite dance right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He's loving it.
Man, that dude is a beast.
He has that mindset that all the Browns quarterbacks had when they came in on day one. You know what I mean? That Johnny Manziel attitude where they thought they were all that before they even threw a single pass.
And then, you know what's funny though?
Now he got the attitude.
I was about to say he actually backing it up though.
But I'm saying he got it after he proved it. These guys just showed up with that attitude like they belong.
But just imagine if he ain't get hurt last year though. I mean, I feel like he could have did this last year too, for real, if he didn't get hurt. But
yeah.
I don't know. Joe Burrow, he gonna be scary, man.
Yeah. He can ball.
And